Hey everybody, it's Dina Rico from the Creativity Cave, and I'm so excited to be stamping with you today. I have this gorgeous card that we're going to create featuring the textured floral bundle. It is a gorgeous stamp set and coordinating dies that I love, and there's some really beautiful sentiments that come that match the beauty of this gorgeous stamp set. I love these images because they look watercolored, so of course this is awesome. I am going to make a really simple card featuring some embossed vellum with this card, or with this bundle, and I hope that you're going to love my project. So let's give it a shot here. I'm going to start with a half sheet of thick white cardstock, which I had not grabbed, so here we go. I always keep half sheets of cardstock on hand to make it quick and easy when I'm sitting down to make cards. I'm going to change a couple things on the card I make from my sample. First off, I embossed this with, this one is featuring the Basics embossing folder. There's 3 different kind of textures that come in that set of Basics embossing folders. This is the second one. So I've got polka dots and then I've got this kind of crosshatch pattern. So I thought I'd give it a shot and you can let me know if you like it. Now this piece is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2, and I'm going to attach that to a 3 1/2 by 4 3/4 inch piece. And of course, whenever you use adhesive with vellum on white, it does not show through, which is just kind of glorious. So you can attach that vellum without it showing. I love adding texture to this white on white. I think it's just really pretty, really subtle, and just a lovely effect. Now where I'm going to change this in addition is I'm going to put just a little sliver layer of Coastal Cabana on here, because you know the color that lets us know God loves us needs to work into this card, right? Okay. So for that, I'm going to simply attach this to a, let's see, 3 5/8 by 4 7/8 inch piece of Coastal Cabana. And you can see it's just that skinny little sliver, but I thought a little pop of color might be kind of fun on here. So when I'm done, you can let me know which pattern you like better and with the pop of color or not. All right, so we'll pop this up on here. And I did make this card super simple. I even almost questioned putting some gems on there, but you know, everything's better with bling, so we'll get to that. But there's my card. We'll set that aside and do a little stamping. Now this is a really great way to use up scraps. I had some pieces of this cardstock kind of left over. I was testing my colors earlier. And what I love about doing these smaller scraps is that you can get them all on your platform when you go to die cut them all at once, rather than, you know, having to run it through several times. So I think that's nice and easy. For my color combo, I'm going to do a really nice summery color combo of Calypso Coral, Daffodil Delight, Lemon Lime Twist, Granny Apple Green, and of course, Coastal Cabana, the color that lets us know God loves us. So I'm going to start with my big flower in Daffodil Delight. Now, I also like using either like a stack of paper, or I've got my Pierce mat here, something, because these large stamps on my rough, uneven work surface sometimes don't stamp very well, so that's why I did that. Now I'm doing greens in a couple colors. I've got Lemon Lime Twist for this big one right here, and then I'm also going to do a smaller one in Granny Apple Green. I'm going to do a couple of those. So I'll do one here and one here. And I just love all the texture built into these stamps. It might look a little splotchy, but that's just the texture of the image itself, and it's supposed to be that way. Okay, then we're also going to need some, and actually I'm going to bring in a clean piece here, some small flowers. Now, one thing that is really important whenever you're doing these textured stamps is to always make sure your ink is kind of worked into the surface. I like to use a spoon for this, and I just do that. You won't lose any of the ink. It's not going anywhere. It's just working it into the ink pad so that those gorgeous details will show up without it being all blotchy and splotchy. So I'm going to stamp 3 of these on here, and then we have one more image that I really love. It's just this piece, and there's actually stems you can stamp with it. I'm going to do just the image itself. Let's see. Oh, I think we need another piece here, and we'll stamp that down like that. Okay, and I love the pop of color that this brings. Now I'm going to go ahead and emboss, or I'm sorry, we're done with that. I'm going to stamp all, or oh my gosh, I can't even say the words, die cut all of these. But one thing before I do that, I'm going to add the little center stamen. So we'll just put a little pop of black on these flowers, and I think they look so awesome. Look, especially this one. It just fits in there perfect and really looks great. Now I'm going to die cut all these, and I will be right back, and we will put our card together. Okay, I've got all of these pieces here. I want to take and stamp my sentiment. We're going to stamp and emboss this in white powder on my black paper. So I'm going to use my embossing toolkit here. And I love the sentiment so much. Every thought of you makes me smile. Can you imagine how wonderful this would be to receive in the mail? It's just such a nice sentiment, and I'm going to stamp it on here. This is a 1-inch strip, but I'm going to trim this down just a skosh. All right, I've got my white powder. Gonna put that on. And let's heat her up. I think one of my favorite things, besides the embossing buddy in my toolkit, is the little tweezers here. They work so nicely. And I know I shouldn't be heating this over my powder, but you know what? Sometimes a girl's got to live a little bit on the wild side. And we are playing embossing roulette today, and I think we're going to come out a winner. That looks good. Just making sure it's all heated and melted. We'll put this up because while we may have won that last round, we don't want to press things too hard by leaving a open container, right? Okay, I'm going to use my cheater trimmer here. My other trimmer is in the other room still. I keep forgetting to bring it back. Okay, so I'm just trimming this to about 7/8 by 3¼ inch. And so it's nice and, you know, tight around the image. All right, let's build up our card here. So I'll start with putting some dimensionals on the back of my biggest flower, and I'm not going to adhere anything quite yet. I'm just going to kind of set these in, and notice I'm putting them kind of tight in the middle. That way I can tuck things in both above and below. So then I've got my little flower. I mentioned there's stems. You can kind of see here some of the stems. And again, I just skipped that part for this. We're going to put this under here. And then we're going to add some leaves and fill up our holes with our small flowers like this. And I just love the look. Now I've got 2 of these leaves, but maybe we don't need both of them. We'll see. We'll see how this all kind of lines up. I guess we can add them. But I love the look. Now you can see it's a little messy here, but when we put our sentiment across, it kind of cleans everything up. So again, I'm going to start with my big flower here. We'll tack this down like so. And then we'll start adding our other flowers in a little by little. Oh, you can see we had stamped on the other side of that. But nobody knows. It's our secret, which I kind of love. And of course, I'll give these some dimension. You know that is one of my things. We'll tuck that in, kind of like that. I'm going to put this one flower here on a dimensional, just for fun. And maybe we'll tuck him under like that. Looks good. We'll add this big green piece, giving some curls to that for dimension as well. And here again, we're going to cover this up. So if it's not lined up perfectly, that's okay. I want it to stick out from that sentiment just a bit. And likewise, we'll curl this on a little as well. And just kind of add that. And I like kind of the contrast of the two colors. Okay, and then we've got our two small coastal cabana flowers right here, which we'll tuck under that yellow beauty. So pretty. Okay, so let's add our sentiment. And we're going to kind of just rest it on that flower. And so I'll put a couple dimensionals over here. And again, it's covering up all that business underneath, which is perfect. And there we go. So now in the comments, I would love to hear, we'll embellish just a little bit too, but I would love to hear your thoughts. Do you like the addition of that little coastal cabana layer? And then do you like the crosshatch or the polka dot embossed background better? And here, I'll bring it up a little closer so you can see. Now our last touch is we're going to add some iridescent rhinestones. These are just my fave. Got a little partial pack right here. And we'll just tuck a few of these around to kind of add a little bling, because everything's better with bling. I think we all know that's true. We'll put one right there. I'm going to put a medium one over here. Another one right there. And maybe one, right there. So we just have some bling around, and I guess we should probably just spritz it a little bit too. I'll take my clear Wink Stella. I'm just going to smack it against my tool here, and then that gives me some shimmer as well on here. So pretty. Now, of course, if you would like to purchase any of the supplies that I used in this video, please shop my online store. I really appreciate your business. It helps me bring more awesome video tutorials with all these tips and tricks to you each week. There is a link up here in the description, as well as in the description of this video. Like, there's a little thing that pops up. And if you like this video, the thumbs up would be so greatly appreciated. Just that one little click helps me so much. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the Creativity Cave. I really appreciate you, and we'll see you soon. Bye.